of BOI Weekly on Channels Television, and as usual, we're going to tour different parts of Nigeria, bringing you some of the efforts of the Bank of Industry in industrializing Nigeria. This episode is coming to you from the south part of Nigeria, particularly in Akwa Ibom State. And as usual, some business people have been enjoying some facilities of the Bank of Industry. The first person that we're going to visit in Akwa Ibom State is Usma Ventures. He's into waters and he tells us his story. Number 2 Hospital Lane in Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Hands are busy as the work of making PET bottles, one of the products of Usma Ventures, is ongoing. This is done with a PET bottle blowing machine, which turns the preform, which they also produce at their premises, to bottles. Less than 10,000 bottles, which is the capacity of the machine, are produced daily in various sizes, although they are still able to meet up with their need as well as that of their customers. Producing the bottles is the backward integration of their major business, which is making potable water available for their customers. This process begins with treating of water sourced from a NAFDAC-approved borehole.
The water comes from the borehole. Then we are not some people are using chemical to produce water, but we don't depend on the chemical. You can see the UV light. You can see the best treatment unit, and we have the best expensive filter. We don't go on common filter.
Following this process for 12 years now and employing 50 Nigerians, the Chief Executive Officer sometimes looks back to how and why it all began.
While I was outside, I do drink good quality water. Then my apartment, I install sterilizers. Then from there I say, okay, what is good for me? I want to make it for other people. So what is obtainable outside, I brought it here. So we know water is like all these born this water disease. If the water is not well treated, you can have diseases like cholera, like so many other sicknesses.
He does business the smart way. Wastes are useful. The crusher reduces PET bottles and preform to small sizes for recycling.
Nothing is wasted. We are going to reduce it and then injection mold to reproduce any other thing. So I put in the crusher, I crush it, then I will mix it with the virgin material to reproduce another preform.
Mr. Edward informs us that the machine to recycle sachet will soon be purchased, and so for now, we just pile up the bags. Yet another section that requires growth. The injection machine, which produces the preform and has the capacity to produce even plastic chairs, is not currently working in a high-capacity BOI weekly crew restored. The reason is that each product to be produced requires its mold. The mold cost about 5 million naira, a cost which has placed a limitation on Usma Ventures.
You can see the machine is lying idle because there is no raw material. You see, this machine is supposed to work 24 hours, non-stop. It's able to, you have the capacity of working 24 hours. But because we don't have enough material, so that is why you see idle. So I'm just appealing that they should give us working capital. Because by acquiring this machine, I'm not happy to see it lying idle, and also, you know, it will attract more employment.
We leave the capital city, Uyo, to another part of Akwa Ibom State, Ikodepene, and there we visit a paper mill company where Upongson tells us his own side of the story. With the increased consciousness of the necessity of education and its role as the building block of Nigeria, businesses like Upongson Nigeria Company Limited have come alive with activities.
We turn paper to product, plain paper to products like exercise books, like printed books, or whatever you want us to do for you.
The papers, which are the raw materials, are bought from Lagos, but not so cost-effective method, since the company representative has to travel from Ikorepene in Akwa Ibom State to a southwestern state.
We're supposed to run 25,000 copies of exercise book a day, but now we don't have the capability. We can't do it because of lack of working capital. Paper business needs money. Business needs money because a ton of paper, a truckload of 30 tons is about 7 million naira. And we need up to 90 tons to turn it around before we can run smoothly, which is, to me, that will be about 20-something million.
From their relationship with the Bank of Industry, Upongson acquired a rolling and sheeting machine which has the capacity to produce 25,000 exercise books daily.
We have the rolling and sheeting machine, which when we bring up the paper in reel, the big jumbo reel of paper and have, it will roll, sheet and count. And when it will bring out the 2,500 copies of exercise book per hour. And from there we staple. And that would have given us the ability to produce more than 20,000 copies a day, which would have been the total running. But now we cannot run because the raw material, as you have seen in this house, there is no stock of raw material.
Now the company has resorted to the manual rolling machine.
Just somebody will be using his hand to pull the paper, which will, at the end of the day, the production capacity will be about 3,000 to 4,000 copies of exercise book a day, which is the place is underutilized, this company.